I must have had about 100 batteries I had to charge every day. And so, I could, go and hook those up and then transfer those out and bring other ones in and that type of thing. But, and then once we got out in the field, we had a repair truck that was air conditioned. And that was a big advantage.
Gosh, I didn't even know they had air conditioning
Yeah,
back then.
except one night, there were had a bunch of German prisoners, and we had to pull guard duty. And one of the guys thought that the German prisoner was trying to escape, and he ended up shooting a hole in one of the buddies, which messed up the air conditioning. But we had, and then during, when I was on, in the Army of Occupation, well, I was stationed down in Nuremberg, and I had about 30 German prisoners that I had to work every day, because we were unloading scrap at a 88mm gun factory. And
how old were you then?
well, I was like 21, 22. And so anyway, it was, well, I had an interpreter that was a Luftwaffe pilot, and so he stayed with me most of the time. But I had to be awfully careful because we had a bunch of guys that were volunteer Polish people. Well, it was an advantage for them if they were, we put them in the army of Sarts. They were allowed to, we used them mostly for guards to guard these prisoners, but we had to be awful careful, because if we didn't watch them pretty close, they would mash one of the German skulls in with the butt of the rifle, because they didn't, the things that the Polish, or that the German army did in Poland. But anyway, the thing that happened, if they didn't behave, we would threaten to discharge them. If they got discharged, then they didn't get good rations and that type of thing. There were millions of people throughout Germany, and basically Germany, Poland, any of those countries along there, Czechoslovakia, that had no way to make a living. They had no rations, and so, they depended on us to help them out. And if they could have any, just like the Polish Free Army, they, only way they had any subsistence was to be in that army, because they did get food rations and stuff. But
This is the kind of stuff that you don't hear about in the history books.
You don't know how bad it is until you would get into a situation like that because even in France, there, you know, weren't a lot of jobs available except with the U.S. Or British or one of those, and so it took them a while to get straightened out.